Hello everyone, I'm Megan Sullivan and welcome back to History and Games. Today we're in our second part of the series Crusader Kings III, where I play Matilda of Tuscany and try to start a successful dynasty, where in reality she did not. She was actually the end of her dynasty. So with that said, let's get started. All right, we're looking at this map here. Last time we were talking about Matilda's disastrous first marriage and how she sort of outfoxed her husband. Oh no, speaking of husband, my Duke has been murdered. We're off to a terrible start. Oh no, my beloved husband has been murdered. Who killed him? Now I've got a murder mystery on our hands. This is wild. What a wild start, y'all. This is insane. At least the memories remain. No, we got to figure this out. Now, it's kind of interesting that this mirrors reality for Matilda. Her husband was also murdered, but the optics look bad for Matilda. Some people think it might have been her. The only thing that saves her from that is the timeline. So, yikes. Imprisoned? I have been captured and detained against my will. I'm no longer free to return to my home or travel as I wish. Oh man, what an exciting start. How am I going to get out? This is like a soap opera, man. How am I getting out of this? Who's this jerk? Is he the one who killed my husband? Oh no, there's too much happening. There's too much going on. And again, this actually mirrors Matilda's real story. If the story here will slow down, I can actually tell you about the real history, but we're off to an exciting start here. My husband's been murdered. I'm stuck in prison. Oh man, how am I going to get out of this? And it's interesting because in her 2-decade-long fight with Henry IV, Matilda will find herself in some really tough situations, and she always managed to get out of it. It's pretty darn interesting. I don't know what to do. Yes, okay, I've been defeated. Okay, so I might have picked a fight with this guy and lost, I guess. Oh no, this sucks. All right, but I'm free once more. I'm no longer a prisoner. All right, we'll get this guy for that. All right, okay, so my husband was slain during a battle. All right, so he wasn't like backstab murdered, like in his bed or at the dinner table. That's good to know. Oh my goodness. This is a crazy start. So in case you missed part 1, the whole narrative arc of this situation is, oh, good, I'm in debt. That's even better. Powerful vassal expects a council position, active election in the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, yeah, that's actually what starts this whole thing. What a great jumping off point. So the whole reason I decided to seduce or befriend Henry IV in this game is because he and Matilda were rivals in real life. Now, this wasn't a direct personal rivalry. This actually happened because of a fight between the Holy Roman Emperor and Pope Gregory VII. In 1075, Gregory VII declared that, not only did he want to clean up the church and make it, spiritually stronger, but he wanted to shore up its power. And I need to appoint a spy master here. But at any rate, Gregory VII told the Holy Roman Emperor Henry IV, look, I know you have the power to invest bishops and abbots and powerful clerics, but I think that should be the church's job, not yours. Well, Henry IV didn't take that well. Number one, the Holy Roman Emperor was supposed to be appointed by God, so he seemed to have the right, but also the church owned a lot of land in Germany, and a lot of the bishops and clerics, they answered to Henry IV in terms of power. And so Henry IV did not want to lose that power, that ability to appoint allies. So when Gregory VII really pushed the issue, Henry IV pushed back. And in 1076, he basically accused Gregory VII of not... Oh, and there's our boy, Henry IV, right? Can I seduce him? No, he's not having it. No romance. Can I sway him? 20%. I'm probably... I mean, he likes me. Plus 96. That's good. Can I start scheming? We got to scheme. We got to get this guy on side. He's really powerful, right? And he's powerful enough to take on the Pope. And the Pope is basically told by Henry IV, you were voted as Pope illegally, and my German bishops and I don't like you, and we think we should replace you with a new Pope. Well, Gregory VII was like, who do you think you are? I'm the Pope, and I excommunicate you, and your German princes don't have to listen to you. right? You can just go away and they can rebel against you and it's fine. So it was on. Now, excommunication doesn't have the power it does today, but in a very, very super religious world like the Middle Ages, that was about as terrifying of a spiritual nuclear warhead as you could launch at somebody. And so Henry IV might have been fine with it, but his bishops and his princes were not. And they basically told him, reconcile with the reconcile with the Pope, and, we won't kick you off the throne. So in 1077, Henry IV goes to Italy to intercept the Pope, who's going to meet with, I forget if it's German princes or bishops or both. I think it was German princes who were thinking about kicking Henry IV off the throne. And Henry IV, no one knows what he's doing. And so when the Pope hears he's coming to Italy to intercept him from meeting with the German princes, he panics. And Matilda here is like, you know what, you better come to my castle in Canossa. It's this impenetrable fortress in case Henry is trying to go to war with you. Matilda's family was very pro-church, and she was good friends with Gregory and was like, yeah, you should come to my castle in case this guy is up to no good. And it turns out that Henry IV was on a penitent walk, where he wanted to apologize to the Pope and make up with him because his German princes had turned against him and he didn't really have a choice. And long story short, in 1077, January 1077, hold on, I gotta create men-at-arms regiment. Sorry, it's hard to talk and play this game at the same time. I'm talking about history, but I'm also trying to concentrate on these details. But in January 1077, Henry IV goes to Canossa, where the Pope is, and begs for his forgiveness. And he is made to wait in the cold for like 3 days before the Pope forgives him. But one of the people who negotiated this reconciliation was none other than Matilda. And this guy has accepted my marriage proposal. Great, because I need a political marriage. Oh, I've got a daughter. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Was I already pregnant when my husband died? Oh, that's wild. I have so many kids now. Anyway, all my children. For every birth, the cordiality shown me grows. The cordiality shown me... Sorry. I can't talk. Yay, but I have a new baby. Oh my goodness. This soap opera is wild. This Matilda has 5 children, and the real Matilda had none. Right, and she is wrapped up in a fight with Henry IV, who she helps reconcile with the Pope. But this reconciliation, not only it's gracious, first of all, because Matilda was badmouthed by Henry IV, who accuses her of a slanderous affair with the Pope, because Henry IV was trying to undermine the Pope, and she's one of his allies. So things got ugly between these two, and they got real personal. But she did help the two reconcile. But not long after that, like 3 years after that, Henry and Gregory were at each other's throats again, and Matilda sided with the Pope. And long story short, this would end up being a 2 decades long fight. And so I'm trying on different outfits, right? But now I have a new spouse, and he's kind of cute, right? And I have to romance him now after the fact. And he's younger than Matilda, probably, which also reflects her second marriage, which was a political marriage, partly to stop Henry IV. So Henry IV, after he butts heads with Gregory VII again, who excommunicates him again, Henry IV manages to go around Matilda's forces. She controls a lot of northern Italy, as you can see in this game, and manages to dropkick Gregory VII off the papal throne and install an anti-pope, and I think his name was Clement III. Gregory calls in his own allies, but those allies end up sacking the city of Rome, apparently, and everything goes haywire, and basically Gregory dies in exile, and it's this whole sad story. And Henry IV is like, great, problem solved. Only it's not. The question of the Church versus Holy Roman Emperor and who gets to invest bishops and clerics goes on until like 1122. And one of Henry IV's main opponents is always Matilda. She's always supporting the church. Now, Henry IV, I remember, hold on. Arranged betrothal. Can I do it? If I can't seduce and befriend Henry IV, can I do this? Can I do the next best thing? This is important. Sorry. I had to think about that. I was like, wait a minute. What can we do? I got to find my kids' spouses. I got to arrange a dynasty here. Right. Unfortunately, this didn't happen with Matilda and Henry IV. They never really reconciled. They spent like almost, give or take, 20 years at each other's throats. And Henry IV usually had the upper hand, but he could never land the final sort of knockout blow on Matilda. And she kind of wins against him by default because he dies before she does. Ooh, he accepted. Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys, this is amazing. So we do have a betrothal going on. This is fantastic. And another betrothal with King Robert of England. Yeah, we are coming up in the world. This is what I'm talking about. So this Matilda is having a lot of luck with kings around Europe. This is fantastic news. I was talking about sort of like how poor Matilda, she and Henry IV were at each other's throats, and Henry IV was a really exceptional king in a lot of ways, and he wasn't too bad at military stuff. And that's reflected in this game. So if you can't beat him in battle, can you beat them in other ways? This is fantastic. All right. I've got to... All right, hold on. Thinking, still in debt. All right, and anyway, I'm super excited about this. I don't need a man. So here's the thing. Matilda actually didn't have any kids, and although she had a second marriage, that was an alliance. Oh, yes, hi, my duke. I forget, I have to keep romancing you. Let's see. Can I give him some weird compliment? Sure, I guess. But at any rate, Matilda always tried to keep her independence. She had a second marriage to stop Henry IV. It was a political marriage. Unworthy peasants. No. We don't want my child being evil. All right. Slay a wolf for me and bring me its pelt. What is going on here? Can I bribe a hunter? I mean, Matilda did march into battle with armor, apparently a couple times or so, the rumor has it. Sure, we'll do this. Harsh judgment. Oh man, my kids are a pain in the butt. All right, but okay, this one is good. She thinks that the punishment was far too harsh. You know what? The punishment indeed did not fit the crime. Good. I have one good kid. Right? I want my kids to be good and just. Otherwise, it'll come back to bite them. There's a lot going on here. All right. My charms improve any conversation. Sure. Absolutely. Great. My spouse's excellent martial skills led to this windfall. Fantastic. That's what we need. All right. All right, I've been invited to a feast. My Matilda's quite popular. The real Matilda actually had a lot of trouble with her lords who took advantage of her fight with Henry IV to try to break away or side with him. And I can't tell if that was because she was like not a good leader or simply because they didn't like a woman being charged. She flaunted Salic law. She flaunted a lot of laws by being a very powerful woman with a lot of land. So that was... We've got to save him. We've got to save... Okay. We've seen this scenario before, so the game's repeating itself a little bit, but that's okay. It's the principle of the thing. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm pregnant again? Good Lord. This Matilda is making up for the real Matilda's lack of kids, which may have been deliberate on Matilda's, part. I mean, right? Like, she wanted to be a single cat lady and did a great job. Oh man, look at this guy's outfit. It's all torn. Also, yeah, he's trying to take credit for things, do his own thing. You know what? I think I'll forget to invite him to my meetings. if he's going to be this way. Or I could ignore him and steal his ideas. Ooh, that's a possibility. We could be a bit devious. I don't know. This game is awesome. It has so many interesting choices, right? And you can see where, you gain 50 diplomacy in this case. What will happen. What happens if he's not fooled. There's some interesting options here. All right. He's made a big damn fool of himself. Good. Excellent. All right, we're continuing. You can see all these battles going. This is really cool. You can see all these real-time battles happening all over the place. So Europe is always active during the Middle Ages, and this is one of the more active times. A lot of the action, however, took place in places like Matilda's territory. My son and heir. Oh my gosh. What am I going to name my... Is this kid number 6? How many kids do I have now? It's quite the dynasty. I assume because this is the first generation, so if you want the game to last, you need a lot of heirs. But, oh my god, 6 kids. They all seem to like me, so that's good. Nope, still can't romance them. All right. All right. They went that plan. I was really going to upend history, but it doesn't look like we can do it. Gains 20 stress. Poor Matilda is always stressed out, but, it's probably right in, real life too. And again, she and Henry the King of France. Should I have an affair with him? I kind of want to say yes. I feel like the real Matilda would be like, I refuse to be distracted by any man. But I could. This desire doesn't come from the heart. I could seduce him, right? I don't love him, but he might be useful. He's kind of hot. This is tough. I don't know. I feel like this kind of came out of nowhere. Or not. At any rate, we'll see what happens. All right. There's so many choices, and some of these I still don't quite understand what they do, because I'm a total noob at this game. All right. Here's Beatrix. All right. Remove cardio. Mental break. Oh no! I've stressed myself out. All right, I'll scourge myself. I don't care. Bad, Matilda, bad. Court Jester Sunday roast. All right, cool. Cool. You know what? He makes me laugh. That's good. It's good to have a court jester. That is good. Yes. Okay. So many decisions to make. This is wild. All right. Gaining her favor might help catch the king of France's attention. I mean, I could pay off her debts. This doesn't seem right. All right, I'll try to get her whatever she wants. Okay, so we got into his good graces by getting to his family's good graces. All right. Unconventional knowledge? What is unconventional knowledge? This is interesting. Man, this game throws so many interesting things you don't see coming at you. You're like, you have to figure this out. All right, she's not studious, but she seems okay. All right. Wait, what? What happened? Oh my gosh. This game is moving too fast for me. We have a new liege. Henry IV just died or disappeared or something. We now have Henry V.